Welcome back to the channel.
Today we're gonna show you guys around our hotel
At the Hilton Home2Suite in Phoenix, so come get lost with us.
Oh, I'm so glad you guys made it. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you ring that notification bell because when we hit 1,000 subscribers, we're still going to be dropping off the Strat. And I can't wait to take you guys with us. So let's go.
Here is the Home2Suites, the actual building itself. It's not so bad looking. It's a pretty square building, nothing too major. You'll see off in this right-hand corner here, that's the interstate back there. So it is right off the interstate here. Alright, so there are EV charging stations. There's 2 regular charging stations. And then there's our little Volt. And then they also have 2 Tesla charging stations here too. So I've seen Teslas here most of the nights charging up, but not so much in the EV. You will see across the parking lot here, there is a Hilton Inn Express and Suites, which is kind of funny because we stayed at one of them in Anaheim. Check that video out in the top corner. I wonder which one's better here because it was funny. The Hilton was better in Anaheim. I wonder if the Holiday Inn is better in Phoenix. All right, so there is some outdoor grills. There's 2 outdoor grills that you can check out. It looks like someone's been using that one. Let's take a look at what they look like. Not super clean, but it's not too bad. It's hot though. All right, and then there's a little sitting area. There's Nacy being all frowny face in the corner. Someone left their Coors Light out here. And then there's this little area. So you'll notice like the Vegas video, if you want to check that out up there in the top left corner for our Home2Suites in Vegas, this one is actually boxed in. So instead of being just open to everybody who wants to use it, this is actually boxed in and locked. So you do need a card to get in this area. I think because it's right off the interstate, they're kind of worried about people wandering in, but just to know. Macy's Gimp Walk. There are some carts here in case you're wondering. And this is what she looks like. There she blows. This is the lobby area. There's a business center in that distance over there. You might want to check out. The lobby area is pretty dead, except for in the mornings on the weekdays. So this is the breakfast area. In case you ever want to have breakfast, this is where they serve it. Good, how you doing? Here's the little merchandise area where you can buy some stuff. They got sodas, ice creams, edible meals, and then some candies too. And there's Nacy. So Nacy wants me to note, since she doesn't have a mic on, it's a very smelly hotel. There's like a very strong smell of mold in the hallway today. And the room just has this weird like cleany meets mold smell every time we go into it. So something cool about this hotel is you can use the Hilton app to get your room key on your phone. So all Nacy has to do is tap that button and it she didn't have to, we're already in the room, but it'll unlock the door. So kind of cool, neat little feature for a kind of overrated hotel. But let's talk about everything we figured out here. All right, so here is the hotel room. It is a 1-bedroom queen. Now we have been in here for about a week, so there's some stuff going, but I'll show you that in a second. Here's the kitchen area. You have a microwave, A nice little side note about this place was that when we got here, they hadn't actually washed the dishes. So if you ever stay in like a Home2Suites, make sure that when you get there, all the dishes are in the dishwasher. Otherwise, that means they haven't actually washed them. And you also have a nice little fridge with a freezer. So that's basically the kitchen space that you'll see when you come into the apartment. All right, so here's the bathroom. You see there's just a little mirror, a toilet, and then a smaller shower. So definitely check out our video about the Las Vegas Home2Suites. You'll see it was definitely a bigger bathroom there. And there's really not that much to this one. You'll see there's some towels on the floor because we again have been here for about a week. All right, so here is the apartment. There's the queen size bed. There's Nacy on the couch. Well, it might be a king, Nacy says, but it's kind of queeny, so I would say queen. Little small TV to watch. A bunch of our junk on this desk. You'll see across the room there's this other desk with like a pull-out dining room table, but they only give you one chair for the table, so I don't know how useful that is for a dining room table. It looks like there's supposed to be a chair here, but they just didn't pay for it or whatever, and so it's not in here. So it's kind of awkward if you pull out that table, and it's also difficult to use that side because the dining room table sticks out just enough, but not enough to actually do work on. So you'll see as we get closer, it's kind of a useless spot, honestly, unless you pull the table out, but then it's like, where are you going to pull the table out to? Because there's not really that much room. Yeah, because like Nacy said, then you'd have to move that over, and so there's just a lot going on here. Here's the other side. There's just a phone, in case you want to know, and something funny is we are not in room 324. So I don't know why it shows 324 as the room number. Cheap old hotel. We did ask for extra pillows, so you'll see extra pillows on the bed. They only actually gave us 3 pillows when we got here. 3 pillows for a queen size, possibly a king size bed. Not super great. Let's check out the view. So here's the view outside. It's a nice little interstate view. It's kind of interesting. This is a Sunday, so a little less traffic. During the week though, there is a ton of cars on that interstate, making it a very, very busy area. But our room's pretty quiet. So one of the benefits of this room is it has been pretty quiet. And we'll talk some about the other stuff later. All right, in case you're wondering, there is a curtain in the middle of the room. It is 100% useless. It doesn't block the light out at night, so it's not really useful in that capacity. And if you're sitting on the couch right here and someone's in the bed and you want to actually talk to them, you have to pull it back because it doesn't go far enough back against the wall. I'll show you that in a second. So the room, not really thought about very well, not really strategically planned, kind of junked together if you ask me. See Nacy chilling on the bed there, but there's kind of it pushed all the way back. You'll see that if you're sitting on there though, it's still in your way if you're trying to talk to the person in the bed, so you have to reach back and move it.
So this hotel stay, I've been pretty much mostly in the bed, obviously recovering from surgery, and this bed sucks. I'd give this bed a 0 if I could give it a 0, but it's laying on a piece of plywood. There's no give to it. There's no fluff to it. Again, like Gary mentioned earlier, we got no pillows and had to ask for extra pillows twice. And I mean, I'm mostly sleeping because I'm utterly exhausted post-surgery. But I think if I was not in that boat, I would be absolutely miserable. So, I mean, I am miserable, but, I think you kind of get the gist. I'm sleeping because my body is just sheerly exhausted. But I do not recommend this bed, which, weirdly enough, we stayed at a Home2Suites in Vegas when we moved to Vegas, and that bed was not bad. It really wasn't, so I figured when we booked this that the room would be similar to, how we stayed in Vegas, but it has been the total opposite, so definitely thumbs down for the bed.
So here's one of the power cord areas on the one side of the bed. you'll see here, that's the clock. We have to turn it upside down because it's so bright at night that it actually lights up the whole room when the shade's down. So we actually do that just to keep it nice and dark when we're sleeping. But it does have a clock in case you need it. You know, on the desk area, there are outlets with USB chargers in them, so it is an upgraded room in that it does have USB chargers in case you need to charge things. Also on the one side of the bed, the left side of the bed, closer to the door, there are USB chargers again, and the outlets here too as well. Here is the thermostat. It does go down to 64, so that's kind of cool. But it never actually gets that cold. The coldest we have gotten it is, I think, about 66. So, yay! In case you've never stayed at an extended stay, here are the tools they give you to cook. You get like a couple different spatulas, some knives. The knives are dull as anything, so just FYI on that. Some measuring cups, can opener, and then there is some other silverware, but that's in the dishwasher because, again, we wanted to wash it because it was not clean when we got here. All right, so here is some of these stains that are on the carpet. The carpet was absolutely disgusting. I'm a tad bit nervous to pull back up this rug thing, so we haven't even bothered because I really don't want to know what is underneath it. Oh. So Nacy says that this is, it looks like it's like one piece with the carpet. So that means they ripped this piece of carpeting out and left this nasty ass stuff next to it. So even better decisions were made than I thought. I just thought it was just bad. It's just really, really bad and ugly. The mirror is nice. There's a nice little mirror here, but that's kind of all to the room. So now that we checked out the room, let's go around the hotel and see what else it has to offer. All right, so here's the long hallway. It's basically the same on every floor. There's Nacy doing her after surgery walk. You'll see it goes all the way down that way too. I'll show you where the ice machine is real fast. All right, so on every floor there is an ice machine, just in case you are wondering. No soda machines though on every floor, but there is. So here's the floors. They are pretty dirty. Most days there's actually been popcorn on the floors for some reason. And it definitely stinks in here too. So definitely not the cleanest hotel we've ever stayed at. Nacy said no. So one thing I really do want to highlight is just the poor quality of the bed here. This is one of the worst mattresses I think that we've ever slept on. My back is killing me, my knees are killing me, my ankles are killing me. So from a resting perspective and from a mattress perspective, maybe not the best hotel to stay in, especially if you're looking for a nice sleep. The Home2Suites I don't think is a good recommendation for us. The first hotel we stayed in Phoenix, which we'll link up there, was a much better night's sleep. And it's definitely something to think about if you are considering this hotel. Again, it could just be a bad room, so maybe you want to give it a try. It was a lot better in Las Vegas at our Home2Suites. That was actually a pretty comfortable bed. But here, the bed has not been well, and the space has not been maintained at all. From a clean perspective, definitely not very clean. But we'll touch a little bit more about that in our conclusion. Let's go take some looks around the hotel. They do have a little towel area here in case you have them, but as you'll see, I don't know when the last time they actually cleaned the towels was, but they're definitely on a backlog right now. All right, so here is the pool area. I see it's a pretty long pool, not that wide though. They do have a chairlift in case you needed that. This is the pool. So you'll see it's about to rain out here, but there are some pool lights strung up. Though the pool's not open very late, so it's not really that useful for the pool lights. Just in case you're wondering, the pool is only 5 feet deep, so it's not that deep of a pool, and it's 3 feet on the shallow end. So it's not really a deep pool, it's not really a wide pool, but if you wanted to do laps, it would be kind of okay for that. A little bit short at the end, but you could still do some laps in this pool. All right, right, so in the gym there is some free weights, a little bench thing, a sit down cycle, elliptical, and then 2 treadmills. And as Nacy said, I don't know if you could hear it, the gym and the one in Vegas was actually bigger than this one, so this is kind of small. They also have some of these weighted balls, giggity, a sitting ball, giggity, and a box to jump on. Ooh. All right, so here's the washing facilities. There's 2 washers, 2 dryers. Right now it's like $2 a piece for everything, so it'd be about $4 to do 1 load of laundry. It's much cheaper just to go to a laundromat, in case you were wondering. And they do have laundry products for purchase at the front desk. Something else to note is that it is only open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. They don't seem to be too particular, but just FYI. All right, so that concludes our stay in Phoenix. It was hot.
It was a very hot week, and granted, I didn't stay at this hotel quite as long as Gary did, but it was not good. Overall, it's just not good.
Yeah, we had that other hotel that we stayed at for her last surgery. You'll see that up in the comments. It was bad. This one was a little bit better, but when I say a little bit, I mean basically they didn't have pets there, so there wasn't dog poop everywhere like the last hotel. This place had dirty floors, and when I say dirty floors, you'll see it in the footage, just disgusting. The bed was so freaking uncomfortable. I literally left with my knee hurting, and then it turned into like this ankle to foot thing that I'm still dealing with now. So totally do not recommend that bed.
Yeah, and as somebody who just had surgery, the only reason I passed out was because of my post-surgery meds. Like, that bed was like sleeping on a piece of plywood. Like, there was no give to it, and it sucked. It sucked.
A couple good things though, it did have EV parking. So if you do have a EV vehicle, they had both 2 Teslas and they had 2 of the other EV parkings. I don't know what they specifically call those. But so good availability for that. It was kind of quiet, even though it was next to the airport. And when we say really close, like the airport was only like a 2-minute drive, if that. It was still pretty quiet though. So we didn't get that much air traffic noise. But I also don't know how busy the Phoenix airport is. You should let us know in the comments below. How busy do you think the Phoenix airport is? Because even from Nacy's hospital room, which had a great view of the airport, there was very little planes landing and going.
We've been to the Phoenix airport.
We have, yeah.
And it's pretty, I think it's kind of big, but I don't think it was busy.
Yeah.
Because I think all they had were like A, B, C, and D terminals. So
so just let us know in the comments, because it's something that kind of interests us. But it really is quiet. The breakfast was okay. It was a standard Home2Suites breakfast. They do have the waffle maker going, which if you look at our video from our Living Off the Strip video.
I didn't eat it, but it looked good.
There was no waffle maker in that one, so it wasn't as good. But I think that was more COVID times than anything else. And that's kind of it. The staff wasn't very friendly there. There was one person that we dealt with that was really nice. The rest of them were not very helpful at all.
And a heads up for housekeeping for them, you had to let them know 24 hours in advance if you wanted the room cleaned, which I don't plan that far ahead. But we were there for 7 days, so. And
if you're in the Hilton Platinum, they don't have the snacks as they're supposed to have.
Yeah, they didn't have the snacks.
And we didn't get a room upgrade. So, you know, not super impressed with the hotel. There's probably better ones. Honestly, though, the 3 hotels we've stayed in Phoenix have all been meh. Yeah. The first one we stayed in was a little nicer than the other 2, but nothing's been great there.
Yeah. I have to agree with everything. The pool was kind of small. The courtyard was definitely smaller than the one in Vegas. Not as nice. I don't think the grills looked very good. I didn't look at the grills.
I mean, they were clean. They were just grills. They weren't anything super impressive. But there's not much space out there. And it's all like blocked in because it's right by an overpass for the highway, which again, still wasn't that noisy there. I guess it's to keep like the homeless people out of the area. So it's all like blocked in. You kind of feel like you're in a jail yard, so it's not that great.
In terms of like if you're coming to Phoenix for healthcare, it was only about like a 5 to 10 minute drive to get to the hospital from where we were at. So it was close in that sense, but not really close to anything else. So yeah.
So I think that concludes our Home2Suites video for Anaheim. So make sure to like this video.
Hit that subscribe button.
And ring that notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
And we will see you guys in the next adventure.
Yeah, come get lost with us again. Bye.